Alright guys, welcome to the show. We have a lot to talk about today. So, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And this is... I don't feel right.
Okay, what's wrong?
I don't know, I just don't feel right.
You mean you don't feel right?
Let's change this. Okay, now, that's a lot better. I feel cleaner. What do you think?
It feels like 2007.
It feels... Party like 2007.
There you go.
Alright, so
we finally got here.
So we started the show off with some Men in Black news.
Alright, that's great.
Okay, alright, so they're trying to reboot the trilogy. They've already started, with the casting. They're looking for a female lead.
Okay.
Does Will come back?
Nope.
Why not?
Because he already said no to Independence Day. Why would he choose Men in Black? The better franchise is Independence Day. But
That's true.
I mean,
That's really true.
And then if you really think about it, how many sequels has Will Smith ever done?
One. Bad Boys.
Oh yeah.
That's us. I can't believe you.
I also don't even
How could
count
you
that. I don't even count that
That's
as a sequel.
us. Okay.
That should be just two standalone films because that's how different they were. But other than that, he really hasn't done any sequels. So for him to say no to this, just like he said no to Independence Day, is not really, out of the ordinary for him. So.
But if you really think about it too, Men in Black is really just, it's him and Tommy Lee Jones, where in Independence Day it was more of an ensemble. So you could actually do away with his character a little bit. You can get away with some of that, in that Independence Resurgence.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called, right? Resurgence?
It's
Some
called,
shit. Anyway.
It's gonna lose money, is what it's called. It's gonna lose money.
You don't think it's gonna make some money?
It ain't got Will Smith in it, it's gonna lose money.
It got Judd Hirsch from... Anyway.
It's gonna lose a lot of money.
So I think, hey, I love Goldblum. Goldblum's
Right.
the shit. Anyway, so... Linda Florentino, she might,
Okay.
I don't know, do you think she comes back to reboot the show? Because they're looking for female leads, probably somebody to take over her role maybe, or somebody just to reboot the franchise and go another route, but does she come back?
I think they're gonna go the same dynamic that they went before. They're gonna go, young agent, old agent, just like they had the same dynamic between Tommy Lee and Will Smith. Now, I don't think they'll make her as an agent.
Or you think that it'll be like a cameo, or?
I mean, she's making like for a cameo. They're gonna have to pull some names in there. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Tommy Lee back as a cameo, or if you see the person who did a better Tommy Lee impression in Men in Black 3.
Josh Brolin!
Thanos himself! I wouldn't be surprised if he came back and they just did some kind of weird, quirky cameo with him.
What about a time, like he travels through time, comes from the future?
I mean, I can see. It's Men in Black.
That's a lame idea.
What kind of realism does Men in Black really have?
So they had this idea of actually crossing Men in Black over with 22 Jump Street.
That's dumb. That's dumb, and that's why it's never gonna get greenlit, and we're gonna forever talk about what if, because that is never really gonna happen.
I don't know. I think if Barry Sonnenfeld doesn't come back to direct it, I don't think that it'll. Maybe he should come back to direct this next one, the 4, and then let it go. Like let somebody else take it. You know? So,
it needs fresh blood anyway. So.
Yeah, it does definitely. So going on with the sequels, is a possibility. Gremlins 3.
Why? Why?
Zach,
I want to see this less than I want to see Men in Black 4.
Zach Galligan, who was the star of the first two actually.
Okay.
He was promoting an independent flick, and they asked him about Gremlins 3. Now, Christopher Columbus, who wrote Gremlins, said there's no way in hell that they're gonna remake Gremlins. So there's a possibility they're gonna go 30 years later, true sequel.
Okay.
And have Zach come back for this. He said it's a possibility. You never know. I just want to see Phoebe Cates. I love Gizmo and all, but I just want to see Phoebe Cates.
You want to see her? Okay, so do you want? I mean, Gizmo has to be dead by now. We can't really.
Well, we don't know We don't know the lifespan of the Mogwai.
Okay, I can buy that. I can buy that.
They've never said
forever. Okay, I can buy that, but we know the lifespan of Phoebe Cates, and she's gonna be old. And you're really that's what you're looking for this movie.
Actually, I've seen her. Yeah, she was good. She's so
okay. Well,
she's not coming out of the pool in a red bikini, but hey. I'd pay to see that one anyway. What would the plot be though? What do you think it's about?
The only thing is that, obviously, I mean, it's been a long time,
30 years.
He goes back to the old Chinese man or Asian man, I'm sorry.
Well, he's dead now. That guy's
well,
gotta be dead.
We don't know that he may be part Bagwai. Maybe he's just, maybe he's in a human suit full of Mogwai.
Okay, I thought we were done with Men in Black. I thought we were done with Men in Black.
I'm sorry, but hey, the ancient people, when they're mystics and stuff like that, they get to live for a long time, and
maybe he's Raiden.
Maybe that's a crossover I want to see. I want to see Gremlins and Mortal Kombat crossover.
My money's on Stripe.
Stripe will be back. Gizmo will be back. Like I said, I would assume that it would go back to, they're unknown again. They're back in another shop. I bet you they basically will remake Gremlins 1 just in the now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if it's just new kids? Somebody new finds a new Mogwai, and boom, it goes from there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Zach Galligan doesn't even have to be like he doesn't even have to be in the whole movie. He can just make a cameo and be done.
I mean, have you watched movies lately? It was like, because all they do is when they reboot it, they just do the first movie. They just reboot the first movie and they change.
Like Creed!
Like Creed. And, I don't know, y'all don't want to hear it, but The Force Awakens is going to be episode 4. And like many other movies. So
why wouldn't episode... You know what? We're going to save that one.
We'll get that.
We're going to save that one. We're not going to get into that one. I'm going to throw you off guard here a little bit.
Alright.
Val Kilmer said he's going to come back as Iceman for Top Gun 2.
I want him to come back as Iceman. I want him to be a teacher. I want him to still be giving Tom Cruise shit for messing around.
You think that they'd be friends by now? Or do you think
they were, and as a matter of fact, I just watched Top Gun.
I have never seen Top Gun.
And that's why you should not be speaking on this topic.
but I like Val Kilmer. I mean, it's Val Kilmer.
Alright, so then you don't really realize their dynamic in Top Gun.
There were clips that I saw where they were kind of going back at each other, and he does that and all that shit, so
it was really cool.
That was kind of cool.
Now it's kind of lame, but
so now
so their whole thing was
Maverick.
that he was. He's like, I do everything right and I do everything perfect, and you kind of like the wild gun out there, and you're gonna mess up and get somebody killed, and obviously gets Goose killed. But the whole thing is at the end of the movie is that he finally respected him. So I can see them. They probably would still have that kind of like rivalry thing, but it's still it's a mutual respect there. So I can see him coming back.
Well, I think what it's supposed to be about is how the fighter pilots are still, they got to show that they're still relevant in that military world, because they're starting to use drones a lot more.
Yeah.
So Maverick and I guess ICE is they're gonna train some new dudes, or
because
whatever.
it was Jester, and it was I can't remember the other fighter, Michael Ironside's character, but it was two instructors, so I could see Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer being the new 2 instructors.
I think it would be.
And that'd be great.
I think it'd be great. I'm gonna save it. I'll watch Top Gun 1 when Top Gun 2 comes out.
Man, still saw Smokey and the Bandit Part 3. Never saw Top Gun. I don't get this. I don't get it at all.
Okay, now we got some of that out of the way.
Okay.
We gotta talk about the freaking Captain America Civil War trailer.
All right.
Now I know we're a little bit late, but I didn't want to get have to cut that conversation short. So we kind of wanted to go a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about the trailer itself? What did you see in it? What did you like about it? What did you hate about it?
All right. Okay. So I watched the trailer, and I went through one of those things where you have so much built up in your head, and it followed such a great movie. And I'm a Captain America fan. I'm a Captain America fan. So I was a little bit disappointed, and I was only a little bit disappointed because I didn't get enough out of what they had shown. So I mean, we got the feeling that it's centering around Bucky, which I really didn't expect it. I was expecting like the comic books.
What do you think there would be an origin story for him? Then I mean, not really an origin story, but like you said, you're absolutely right. That's what it seems like. It seems like it's just about Bucky.
Well, I know it's not just about Bucky, and they always do in their trailers. It was like, okay, we're gonna give you one aspect in this first trailer, we're gonna give you another aspect in this other trailer, and then we're gonna give you the full picture in the last trailer that we put out.
But the post-credit scene.
Yeah, the post-credit scene is...
when he's going back to the menu... when he goes back to the museum, and at the end of Winter Soldier,
they hinted that it was going to...
Yeah, and he's starting to remember who he is and stuff.
Yeah, so we were going to go down that whole route more about Bucky. It's just that, obviously, Civil War is a bigger thing than just, obviously, Bucky. And for people who have read the books, they kind of know Bucky's portion of it. And...
But they're going a little bit different.
Well, they're definitely gonna.
They're not doing the whole superhero act or whatever.
Well, they're gonna do it a little bit different. But I wanted to see more, and they hinted at it with some back and forth between Cap and Tony. But I wanted the trailer to be more of that. And like I said, probably trailer 2, probably trailer 3 will probably give us more about that. But they're kind of letting us know that, hey, you know, there's going to be a Winter Soldier aspect of this movie, and he's an integral part of this, which I wasn't expecting. So I am very, very high on Civil War, but I think they probably should have gave me a different trailer than what they gave me right now.
Yeah, because right now it looks like freaking Captain America is aiding and abetting a felon. And he's like, he's joined the dark side, and and he doesn't even, looking at the trailer, he doesn't even look like the leader of the Avengers. He looks like somebody completely different. He looks darker. He looks, just, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, And then the it's almost like you're killing the bromance between him and Tony, because and he says he's my friend. Sorry, Tony, he's my friend.
Well, yeah.
And then Tony's like, so was I. You bitch. You bitch. So
that's how they bring in the women demographic. They're gonna put some love story in this movie.
I can't believe you, Tony, you bitch. So from that, I mean, it just it's Captain America 3. And he's got his own Avengers. Tony's got his own guys.
Yeah.
And, you see Don Cheadle hurt on the ground, and Tony's like, going back. It's like Rocky holding Apollo.
Why do they always do this to the black people? Yeah,
no shit. How come the black guy is down there again?
Well, because I get it, because, Rhodey is Tony's best friend. So I can understand why they would, the way to hurt Tony would be to hurt Rhodey. So
I got it. Because they wanted Terrence Howard back. Get that.
And somehow he got with the scriptwriter and was like, let's kill Don Cheadle.
Yeah, we need Don Cheadle there because I need to come back next time, baby.
Okay, so I kind of told you some of the things that I didn't like about the trailer, or that I could have been better for me about the trailer. What didn't you like about it?
Well, I mean, for majority of what you said was on point. The only thing I didn't like was how they're making Captain America out to be.
Okay.
I really don't like that. It's almost like they're kicking him out of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know if S.H.I.E.L.D.'s already gone, but he's. Like, when he's sitting there, and it was good to see John Hurt back, though, from Incredible Hulk. He's playing the General again, right?
Yeah.
So, now he's Red Hulk, right? Or he's...
He's Thunderbolt Ross, and then later on he becomes Red Hulk. Will we get to see that? We don't.
I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting, because this one really looks like Avengers 2.5, almost 2.5, that's what it looks like.
In case basically Avengers just came out like 2 days ago or something like that.
and do you think Ant-Man's in there? You just can't see him?
Yeah, they already talked about it in the one of the Comic-Con, behind the closed doors trailers. They showed Ant-Man. They said he had one of the funniest parts of the little clips that they showed, because he was all super excited to meet Captain America. So I wanted to see that in this trailer. So that was one thing I didn't get to see no Ant-Man in this trailer.
And Spider-Man.
Well, they're not going to show Spider-Man. They're going to go Luke Skywalker with Spider-Man.
But and you know what? You're absolutely right. But there was, I saw on the internet that they actually have a spot on a roof, and it looks like there's a red person there, and everybody's saying that that's Spider-Man.
It can't be Santa Claus.
No, it's not Santa Claus. No, don't ask.
Could be Santa
anyway.
Claus.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to see it regardless. I'm saying the bad stuff, but
I can't wait. I think it's it's going to definitely be one of the tops of 2016. It's definitely an anticipated movie. Definitely. Now, you might not see Spider-Man there, anywhere there, but you will be seeing him pretty soon, because he will start. The movie actually should start shooting next year in Atlanta, and. We're going to be having Spider-Man standalone.
Alright.
Do you go Origins? Or is that been... because it's bad enough. One, you don't make reboot Spider-Man after it just came out in 2007. And then you reboot it in, 11, 12, whatever, 2000, whatever it was. So it's like, 4 or 5 years later, then you reboot it again? And now you're going to reboot it again? How many times do you really have to say, where there's freaking great power, there's great responsibility? How many fucking times do you have to say this shit?
Well, they did say that they weren't going to do that. They said they were kind of going to montage it, and they weren't going to give us the...
Montage!
Cue the montage music. But they did say that they weren't gonna beat us over the head. We all know what Spider-Man's origin is. Nerdy kid gets bit by a spider, all of a sudden he's a superhero. So they're gonna give us montage, and hopefully when we see him, kind of like what they've been saying, is that he's just gonna be Spider-Man. So.
Yeah. Now, actually, in the last episode, you mentioned, we were talking about Fantastic Four being canceled and all that, But we were talking about, like, no origins the next time they bring out Fantastic Four.
Okay.
We're talking about putting them in
directly in
the movie. Okay, so do you think that's what they're doing? Do you think they're just going to put Spider-Man directly in it, take away the origin, and then when it's a standalone, then it's whatever. Then it just, takes off, kind of like the whatever plot storyline that he's going to be into this Civil War, that's going to like segue into his own.
I'm not sure if that's going to segue into it, but as part of their deal, from what's been said out there, is that Sony gets use. I won't say rights. They get used to some Marvel characters that Marvel doesn't have any plans for, that they can then drop into the Spider-Man movies.
Who would they get?
To be honest, I really don't. I was trying to think about this, and not just that I was wondering who they would get, because not specific like heroes that they would get. The other movies have done all the good villains for Spider-Man.
Well, they were supposed to do that Sinister Six, and
that's a dumb idea.
Could they do it?
Don't do it now? Don't do the Sinister Six. That's a dumb idea. What I was thinking is that maybe they would borrow a villain to put. So that would give Spider-Man some fresh blood, because one, they don't have to do. God, please, they don't have to do Green Goblin again. They don't have to do Doc Ock. They don't have to do.
I would like for them to actually correctly do Venom.
They probably could do that,
or even Carnage.
But here's the thing: is that since they're gonna make him 16 again, it's too early to do Venom, and it's way too early to do Carnage, because Carnage, you have to go through Venom first before you can get to Carnage.
You can get to Carnage, right? Okay. So then Doom.
Wait, then they have to work a deal? Do they have a 3-way deal with Sony, Marvel, and Fox, and they can make one good movie?
I don't know. I can't really think of it.
That would be great. It's a complete fantasy what we're talking about, but if they could get another good, like I said, maybe they can borrow a villain that Marvel's not going to use and bring it to a Spider-Man movie. Hell, if they can bring in, like, that's stupid. I'm not even going to say it. That's how stupid I was getting ready to think. But there's a good villain out there that's not already been seen.
Deacon Frost!
I know they were even talking about Kraven the Hunter, which is
yes, I heard about that.
That's a good one.
He's part of the Sinister Six, right?
Depends on which Sinister Six you want to look at. There's so many iterations of the Sinister Six. But I still think the Kraven the Hunter storyline is still too early, because all that happened when basically Spider-Man was an adult. I really don't like him being a kid anymore. I want him to get to being an adult, but that's how I feel about that. But if they do Kraven, I wouldn't be mad at Kraven, because there's still a way that they can spin it. He was like, it was the biggest trophy that he could get was hunting somebody hunting a superhero.
Yeah.
It's better than, there's no bigger game. It was like, so I can get that. But like I said, with who they bring, if they bring in somebody from Marvel, I assume I don't think they'll bring a hero, unless they do the Iron Man thing, because Iron Man was kind of a mentor for Spider-Man, so.
Right. Well, speaking of, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans are supposedly going to be in Atlanta. So, Do you see them? And this is why I say, whether or not it's going to segue into it, because they're going to be in Atlanta. So, do you think that the events that happen in Civil War are going to transfer to Spider-Man?
Actually, to be honest, I don't.
Because that would be kind of cool too.
It would be really cool, because then they could do that whole story about the whole unmasking of Peter Parker giving up his identity. Because that was a big thing in the Civil War comic books.
Because as of right now, he doesn't. He's the only one that has that. Nobody knows his identity.
He's the only one in the whole universe with a secret identity. Unless maybe I know Hawkeye doesn't wear his purple mask, and his family doesn't see. Why does he?
Why not? I wouldn't mind seeing Renner in one of those. I've seen the outfit. It's alright.
It's stupid. That's why we don't want to see it.
You think because it would look like Green Arrow or be Purple Arrow?
That would be one particular reason, because Arrow's got such a big
Robin Hood
fan following. He would look like Purple Arrow.
But you gotta.
And it would look stupid.
But you gotta admit how a lot of the DCs and freaking Marvel characters marry each other anyway.
Well, no, but okay, think about
Tony Stark is really Batman. Captain. Yeah, they're rich.
Yeah.
Technology.
Made
smart
suit and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Alright. Okay, Hulk, who would Hulk be? Thing? No, play it off. Solomon Grundy? No?
What were we talking about?
I don't even know. Alright, so we'll see what happens with that. You know, we'll see what happens with that. Regardless, you know, Civil War's gonna freaking kick ass. Spider-Man's gonna kick ass, especially if it's done by Marvel because it's gonna be done right, and they're not gonna be all lazy the way Sony was. So
Poor Sebastian Sony. Go ahead.
From one versus movie
All right.
to another versus movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one I'm really excited for, and the teaser and the clip of Batman versus Superman.
Right.
Now originally Civil War and Batman were actually gonna debut on the same day, and I think that they should have just let them.
Nope. That'd have been the biggest mistake.
I think they should have let them just to see. Now, as a fan, I would have loved to see them go head to head.
Okay.
As a businessman, them as an executive, I should say.
People would have got fired over that.
Well, yeah, but you know they played chicken for a while too. So and they knew that they got beat. That's why in the last episode we were talking about the risk taken and the GCs and all that, them losing the war. Well, that proves it because they were playing chicken, but they already knew that this is the first time that we're actually going to put these two superheroes on screen. We really want to take the chance to go up against something that's more established. So and surprisingly me because lately the summer's actually started in April.
Yeah.
And this time they've actually moved it back a little bit, and now it's March 28th, I think, towards the end of March.
Yeah.
So I saw the clip yesterday.
What'd you think?
And I like it.
Okay.
But I got a problem with it, but we'll get into it right now. What did you think about it?
It was a sneak peek, so I mean, it could only just give us a tiny, minuscule glimpse of what the movie was. The only thing about it is that it is really misleading, and I'm gonna put and I'm sure everybody else has this. It was a freaking dream sequence. It was like Superman don't have a legion unless we're doing like Injustice Gods Among Us type deal where Superman is evil and he rules the planet. That's the only way he's gonna have his own like legion of super followers and stuff like that. That was a dream sequence. First and foremost, in what Batman universe can you think just regular soldiers are gonna beat up Batman and hold him prisoner?
Okay, well, and I'm glad you brought that up because you look at the trailer, the 3-minute trailer, the really long trailer, and they show that scene where he's in the desert and he's fighting the I don't know what the hell they are, the soldiers there.
Dream sequence soldiers. And
then it goes, and then you get that clip, and you could tie it into that part. And I guess whatever happens when they're kicking his ass on the top, and they bring him down, and that's when Superman comes down. So the thing that I didn't like about it is one, Superman is his own entity. He don't need he don't need guards.
No, that's what says the dream sequence.
No, but did you see their patches? They have freaking S's on their arms. That's freaking dumb.
And I think Kryptonians have better style than that. They wouldn't rock patches on them freaking shoulders.
Hell no, man. They'd be rocking the freaking.
There you go.
Zod in the pit.
They had not one of the soldiers had a cape on, and we know Kryptonians get down with capes.
They get down with capes. The Godfather is Kryptonian.
There you go.
The Godfather of Soul, James Brown, is Kryptonian.
There you go. On the good foot. You heard it first.
You heard it on the goods. That's why we bring you the goods.
There you go.
The Godfather.
Nobody else is gonna have that scoop.
Okay, so it's everybody knows it's directed by Zack Snyder,
right.
And with the work that he did on Watchmen, it's great.
Okay.
And
visually this movie's gonna look amazing.
And the work that he did on Man of Steel, I thought it was too fucking dark.
Visually that movie was amazing.
Yeah, visually it was beautiful, but it was just too dark. The mood of it was too dark. And we had talked about it briefly last episode about the no joke clause and all the seriousness and all that crap. But which I sucked because I didn't bring up Man of Steel when we were doing the DC versus Marvel. Forget it. Anyway.
I forgot.
Yeah, I sucked. But anyway, so he did a decent job, but Nolan produced it, so it still stayed dark. And so now he's got this. Now he's got this one, right? Now, Watchmen, Zach, I trust.
Okay.
Sorry to our producer, by the way. Sucker Punch, Zach, I do not trust.
Once again, visually that movie was amazing. Everything else that movie was horrible.
And by visual, we're talking about Emily Browning, right? So, I just don't know. I'm afraid. And the only thing which, this is going to shock a lot of people, the only thing that's saving grace for me for this movie is Ben Affleck. Now, a lot of
you're the only person on the Ben Affleck train.
Hey, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. If you were to tell me Chasing Amy, Ben Affleck, Geely, Ben Affleck.
Okay.
Armageddon, Ben Affleck. I would have been on everybody's freaking bandwagon. I would have been on the bandwagon of hate towards Batfleck.
Okay.
But I'm thinking Argo,
All right.
Ben Affleck. I'm thinking the writer of Good Will Hunting.
Mhm.
Not the writer, not the actor in Good Will Hunting. And Gone Girl. I'm thinking of that Ben Affleck, you know, hanging out with Clooney and Pitt and everybody, you know.
Yeah, because
you know,
in both those movies, you know, he kicked ass, and he was the super smart scientist that went ahead and fought crime. Because those happened in both those movies, in Argo and in Good Will Hunting. So we have no clue that that's going to translate in a Batman movie.
but I'm talking about the seriousness. I'm talking about the following of the story structure. I'm talking about, I mean, hell, they want him to direct the standalone Batman.
No, I'm interested in that.
So, but that's what I'm saying. So, I think he's actually going to be the saving grace of this, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing Jeremy Irons as Alfred.
They're
Is
making Alfred into too big of a thing.
Is he gonna-
Alfred's a butler. Dude.
Hey, but is he gonna say?
Butler.
Is he gonna say somebody had fun from Die Hard with a Vengeance? I thought you'd like that one. Okay, so what do you think? Now I gave you my little thing on Batfleck there. What do you think about Ben Affleck as Batman?
Actually, obviously, when I first heard it, I hated it like everybody else. The only thing is that it's grown on me, seeing the suit, seeing him in certain pictures in the suit, because in certain other pictures he still looks kind of weird. But
What about when he's coming out and he's ducking like that?
that was one of the awesome
He looks
times.
freaking awesome. He looks it.
But I haven't heard him really talk besides that modulated voice one, I guess when he was in the Bat armored suit. And so really have no dialogue for Ben Affleck. I don't know if he's gonna, when he talks, am I gonna believe him as Bruce Wayne? Obviously, they brought in the Raid fighters and stuff like. Did they bring him in for? Am I thinking about Star Wars? Anyway, they brought in better fighters to give him a better fight scene, and we're gonna do a corrections thing to go over this stuff. But they brought in better fighters, so we know the action is gonna be like way better than what it was with Christian Bale. I worry about him coming across to me and making me forget that he's Ben Affleck, and I think he's one of those. It'd be like if Tom Cruise had been Iron Man, like he was originally rumored to be. He was up for Iron Man, and he was actually pushing to get Iron Man. But let's not get off topic. But the thing about it is that if he had been that character, all I would have saw was him, and with Ben Affleck, I think all I'm gonna see is Ben Affleck. I'm not gonna see Bruce Wayne. I'm not gonna see Batman. I need dialogue, so there's gotta be a third trailer where we actually get some dialogue, or when we see the trailer on Monday.
On Tuesday.
I'm sorry, on Tuesday. When we see the trailer on Tuesday, hopefully they give some dialogue to where it gives me more of like him as Batman. And I know the way the movie's supposed to be skewed is supposed to be majority of Batman because we have to reintroduce a new Batman. So if they can sell me in this next full trailer about him being Batman, I'm already in love with them fighting. Sell me on Batman, and then I'll love this trailer going into the movie.
Well, you see when he's looking at the Robin costume, so Robin's dead,
Yep.
right?
Still didn't speak then either.
Yeah, he didn't. No, you're right, he didn't. Well, he talked a little bit. But anyway, you think Matt Damon was Robin?
Wait, what?
You think Matt Damon was Robin?
Is this a Good Will Hunting thing?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. All right, so this movie is. I'm excited. I really can't wait. I mean, two of my favorite characters, and and to be honest with you, I will pit Batman and Superman together against Marvel, against all the Avengers. Anytime, any day of the week. Those are my two favorite.
This is freaking Superman.
It's Superman. He can freaking take them all out on his own.
He's a god.
He's the best. But anyway, so I feel bad for Henry Cavill because this was actually originally going to be Man of Steel 2. And Ben Affleck came in, and I don't think Ben Affleck took all of the freaking. I mean, yeah, he took all of the headlines, but Batman himself, the character, took everything out of. And where they had to make it Batman vs Superman because it was not going to be Man of Steel. Now, Man of Steel 2 is still going to happen, but I feel bad for him. So I hope he.
Oh, because they took away his own solo.
Yeah, they took away his freaking first sequel. I mean, it sucks.
I mean, but it's one of those things where like you have an opportunity to do it. You've been like, oh, well, we owe it to Henry Cavill to do.
I think
Man of Steel 2, or hold on for a minute while we get Batman.
Well, do you think that it was a panic button that they hit? Like, we need Batman in this movie because we're losing.
Oh, yeah, when they announced Civil War, yeah.
Yeah, so, Henry, big fan, man. So, regardless, you did a great job. And, I love that he didn't necessarily try to copy Christopher Reeve.
Okay.
He made the role his own, so I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I would like Clark Kent to be a little bit more an idiot, but Clark Kent didn't come out to the end, so we'll see what it's like.
We'll
right?
see what he does with it.
Now, this movie sets up Justice League.
Okay.
Okay, and it also sets out their. Would you consider this their phase 1?
Of course.
Okay, so this is their phase 1.
Because the only other movie they have is Man of Steel within this universe.
I'm not invested in this. I'm not invested in this phase. I mean, I'm in the movie in Batman vs Superman, yes, but I don't like Aquaman.
Why?
I just don't like Aquaman. I don't like Jason Momoa, and I'm sorry if I ever meet you, Jason, but I saw Conan, and I'm getting nightmares still from Conan.
I love you, Jason.
I saw
Game of Thrones.
The poster of Conan was better than the movie Conan.
Hey, what was that? Bullet to the head? You're okay in it.
Yeah, he was alright. You were okay in Bullet to the head. Anyway, so I don't know about that. And then I wish that they would bring the kid that plays the Flash in the show. I wish they would make him the Flash.
They're never gonna do that.
Yeah, but they should, because he's got such a big following, and he should be the Flash.
Okay, but with that said...
Stephen Amell should be Green Arrow.
But with that said, if they do something like that, then they can't go back and pay these guys to do TV anymore, because now they're going to ask for movie money to do a TV show, and that's why they can't do it.
Well, what if they put something with their contract? Well, that's a whole other story, but anyway.
They're going to say, no, I'm not going to do this movie.
I'm absolutely looking forward to it, and I hope it really freaking kicks ass, because I love Batman. All right, so I heard a lot. First of all, I want to say thank you to all of you guys that have supported us and viewed our videos. We really didn't think that it was going to, get seen by as many times as it has, but it pretty much has. So thank you very much. We really appreciate that. And
Mom, thanks for the clicks.
We're always looking, for the comments. Please leave your comments and all that good stuff. And I've gotten a lot of feedback. So I think that this is now time to acknowledge a lot of the feedback that I've gotten.
How many were death threats?
No death threats.
There's no you suck?
No, but one was put lotion on my knees. So I'm wearing... I went from ashy to classy because I'm wearing jeans today. Anyway, so this segment I'd like to call the Red Ink.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Alright.
Now, the Red Ink is, we were being graded by our viewers. We're being graded by you guys.
Alright.
First off, Fantastic Four, the first villain was Doom, not Galactus. You said the Cloud Monster was the first. Then they got a sequel. Doom was the first one.
I forgot I even said that. Thank you for correcting me on that.
100 Years, which I should be wearing my glasses right now, but 100 Years stars John Malkovich and written by John Malkovich, not Ben Kingsley. So I wear the I suck. Yes. So I wear the I suck hat right now because he looks. I did have my glasses on when I saw it, and the actress on 100 Years is Chuya Chang. That is the freaking name, Chuya. I'm a Chuya. No? All right.
What? Can I do a wah-wah song?
So 100 Years, the movie's we talked about it, it's going to show in 100 years. What if they go all the way down to 2115 and it turned out to be something like Machete Kills? Wouldn't that suck?
That'd be awesome.
That would be freaking hilarious.
That'd be awesome.
Jet Li was in Fist of Legend, not Jackie Chan.
Well, I even said that when I made their error. I realized that screwed up when I said it. I apologize. I apologize to Jackie Chan and Jet Li.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's track record in movies since being governor, they've all tanked.
Yes.
Except for The Expendables.
That's not his movie.
But he's in it. It doesn't matter. Just listen. Hold on. Expendables 1 made $268 million. Expendables 2 made $305 million. Expendables 3, which is considered the worst out of the series, because they went PG-13, was and the leak, it leaked out too, was $209 million. So with the budgets that they had, because the budgets were really low, it actually made money worldwide.
Right. Jack Haley has championship rings for being on the board. Does that mean Jack Haley was a good basketball player? No. And that doesn't mean that Schwarzenegger gets credit for movies that he didn't star in.
Well, and I'm Terminator Genesis made $89 million in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Worldwide, $440 million.
Dude, that's a next. You don't hate that movie. I like Terminator Genesis.
Yeah, no. We're gonna have fun with that one. So that was some of the corrections. So I appreciate some of that. It was a good kick in the ass for me because I should be wearing my glasses more when I'm doing research.
This is why we should do show prep, which we don't do. Obviously, we don't do show prep here. So please.
Well,
the
first two episodes we didn't do that much show prep. The first one we didn't do show prep at all.
No,
Man and show because we suck. Anyway, his top 5, which is a beautiful segue.
Fuck them.
Because here, the viewers wanted to help you. Spider-Man 2, X2, Blade 1, Chris,
Oh.
Guardians of the Galaxy, X-Men Days of the Future Past,
Holy crap!
First Class,
It sucked.
X-Men First Class,
It sucks so bad.
The Losers.
I wouldn't put that.
Well, somebody said John.
It's a good movie. I wouldn't put it in the top 5.
Batman '89,
Oh, God.
Man of Steel,
Jeez.
and Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass. So, with that said,
If
if I don't include those, my top 4 was good. My top 4 was decent.
Superman 3 Origins, no, you suck. Anyway, all right. So we talked about we talked about a lot of we talked about some versus movies and we talked about some sequels that are coming out pretty soon. Now I was going back and forth on what our top 5 should be. I went with sequels.
Okay.
Part 2s.
Okay.
So our top 5, and I hope you freaking can think off the top of your head.
Because yes, I'm not prepared for this again, so you can comment below about the crappy sequels I'm going to put on this. But go ahead, because he's prepared. He's going to take all the good ones, and he's going to leave me sitting here thinking about,
I know, I am very confident. Now, comic book movies, you're kind of like, here and there. But when it comes to movies, period, we worked at Blockbuster, and I know this guy, and he can dish out some good stuff.
Smoking and Man Part 2.
That's probably the reason why they're not. We're probably the reason why they went bankrupt. But,
Yeah, probably.
hey, high five! All right, so this is now our top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go.
I'm going first.
You're going first. Number 5.
Oh goodness. I will say.
That's part 2.
Whew, I can't do it that way.
You want me to go first?
No, I'm gonna go. Because I'm gonna get mine out first before you say yours.
Best
so
part 2.
I'm gonna say, frack. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go number 1. Number 1, Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Obviously, we that movie is still. I don't care, you Jedi fans who like Jedi. Empire Strikes Back was the best Star Wars movie ever. And until The Force Awakens comes out and prove it can beat Empire, then there's not going to be a better Star Wars than Empire. Number 2, Godfather 2. Godfather 2. It's the only time, we got to see a young Pacino and a young De Niro.
On the same,
And
not in the same
not in the
scene,
scene, but at least in the same movie, and they both did a great job until they got to Godfather 3, where Andy Garcia, sorry buddy, but that wasn't working. But Godfather 2 is where it all came together. Because obviously it was a planned trilogy, but it could have went bad after the masterpiece that Godfather 1 was, but Godfather 2 was great. For a number 3, because my math is horrible. I am going to say Rocky 2. Rocky 2. That's a great sequel. So we finally got to see Rocky overcome Apollo. He went the distance in the first one. This time
won the title in the second
he
one.
became champion. It was like, he beat him by 1 second. But still, the movie.
Watch Creed, you'll find out who won the third fight.
I'm still on Apollo's side. 1 more second, and Rocky would not be champion, and Rocky would be still working on the docks,
breaking thumbs for trying to, not breaking thumbs for collecting for Gaza, but.
Let me see after that one, number 4, because once again it's off the top of my head, people, and I know I'm gonna miss some good ones. So, frack. I can't say episode 2. Oh my goodness.
Captain
America Part 2.
It was part of your top comic book top 5. You can put that in there.
Captain America Civil War. I mean, not Civil War. Captain America the Winter Soldier.
You're putting that in your top 5.
It's gonna be in my top 5.
But you already had it in the other top 5.
Well, it's in 2 top 5. That was my top 4. This is my top 5. For the same reasons I gave for the first time, and that's why it's going in this list right here. And my number 5 sequel that I love, that I'm having a hard time trying to think because I love it so much, is top 4. Many. It's on the.
No, you're not gonna do that again. You're gonna freaking say your 5th one right now. I don't care if you say Iron Man 2.
I won't say Iron Man 2. Oh crap!
You want me to help you?
Yeah, please give me some out there.
I don't know. Ghostbusters.
No.
Jaws 2.
No.
Avengers 2.
No. And I like Avengers 2, but it's not my top 5. Blade 2.
Blade 2.
Blade 2 it is. Wesley. Blade 2.
Oh, and hey, Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead was on Blade 2.
Well, there you go. Blade 2. Masterpiece. You guys can thank me now in the comments for putting Blade 2 on my top 5.
Alright. That was crap.
This segment should be, what crappy top 5 can Terrence do?
Oh my God. Okay, well,
especially with no bread.
once I give you these, which I thought about these from my heart, and then I typed them up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually wanted to get a little bit detailed. But my number 5 for me was Beverly Hills Cop 2. Because it freaking, Tony Scott, rest in peace, freaking directed it perfectly. He blended the action and the comedy just like the first one. Just like the way that Martin Brest did in the first one. And he just didn't miss a beat, I think. And I think Beverly Hills Cop 2 is better than Beverly Hills Cop 1.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And I'm from Detroit. How did I forget Beverly Hills Cop 2?
Yeah, you're from Detroit. I can't believe you. So that was my number 5. Number 4, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Holy crap, man! Holy crap!
James Cameron freaking had more technology in 91 than he had in 84, and it really showed because it introduced the T-1000 and so many great visuals, and he did an amazing freaking job. And you can see where it was going when it was going to the abyss. It was going to even Titanic, but in Avatar eventually in that. So I think Terminator 2 started that, and it stayed rated R. And we've been talking about that, and that's not. It's a death sentence, and he just burped. That's on the outtakes, by the way.
Sorry. Sorry.
Wendy's. That's Polk. That's Polk. I knew it was Polk.
Stay on topic.
Stay on topic. All right. So the Terminator Genesis will be on the You Don't Hate This Movie one day. But right
Tell
now,
me you got Terminator Genesis in the movie.
Hell no. But right now, at this moment, that is one of the worst movies, as far as Terminator is concerned, that I've ever seen. I was when I first saw it, I thought that it was better than Salvation. I think it's probably neck and neck as bad as Salvation. I mean, I'll take Rise of the Machines over that for Christopher Logan, but that's a different story. Anyway, so I cannot wait till those rights go back to James Cameron so he can do the Terminator correctly. Right. Number 3, Aliens.
2?
Aliens.
Oh, Aliens.
Aliens. Alien 2, Aliens. Again, Cameron, dude is gold, man. Cameron's gold. So, directed again, introduced the Colonial Marines.
Yeah.
Good lines in there, game over, man. It was freaking amazing. Great action sequences for a science fiction film.
I'm trying to think of his name.
Bill Paxton?
Thank you.
Yeah, amazing.
In both his movies.
Great cast. Godfather Part 2. Can't, you got the flashbacks and all that going back and forth and telling 2 stories, origins and present day, and the 2 performances from Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, especially De Niro.
Yeah.
Was just freaking amazing, and that is the one that he won an Oscar for, wasn't it? I think he did win the Oscar, or he was nominated for an Oscar.
Gotta research that.
I don't know. We're gonna research that one. If you know, put it on the comments below. And then, of course, number 2 is The Empire Strikes Back. And a lot of people have said that that is the greatest sequel ever made.
Okay.
Period. Because you had so much, the reveals. You get the revealing of Darth Vader being his father. I mean, that was just
the ultimate.
Would that be considered a spoiler for the youngins? Did I just ruin that? Anyway, it introduces Yoda. And then it has incest with the 2 kissing each other, the Luke and Leia kissing each other.
That's so overblown. A lot of people do that. That's so overblown.
Yeah, there was no tongue there, guys. All right. Anyway, so that was my top 5. We'd really like to hear yours. So please leave a comment below. Let us know what your top 5s are.
Next week I'm gonna be prepared. I promise you. Last week I was prepared and I had a whole good list.
He actually had a great list, actually. Yeah. That's all the time that we have for today. We are really interested in your sequels. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to us and see more of us. Don't forget to.
And don't forget to comment down below, as well as check out our social media links. We actually have, we're up on Facebook and we're up on Twitter at The Goods channel.
At The Goods Podcast.
The Good Podcast.
At The Good Podcast.
And there'll be links for you guys, so go ahead and click and get to them.
Yeah, and for more entertainment talk and all things pop culture, please see our friend Marcellus Cole, the Geek Father from Geek Vendors. Him and his partner do a podcast called The Blurred Nerds. Very good, very insightful. Please check that out also. Until next time, I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And that was The Goods.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I'll take number 1.
Take? Yeah. Alright. What? Oh.
And so it starts.
Alright.